Hello, friends. Welcome to our channel No Nuggets, a place where you will gain knowledge. Preparing for a Scrum Master role interview is essential to showcase your knowledge, skills, and experiences effectively. Today we will cover some common questions asked during interview for Scrum Master role. Let's go through common Scrum Master interview questions and answers that will help you prepare for your interview better. Question: what is your understanding of Scrum and the role of a Scrum Master? Let's look at the answer. Scrum is an agile project management system that emphasizes cooperation, adaptability, and iterative development. My responsibility as a Scrum Master is to guarantee that the Scrum team follows the Scrum process, to remove any hurdles to their development, and to foster good communication and collaboration among team members. Question: how do you handle conflicts within a Scrum team? Let's look at the answer. Conflict is inherent in a team, and as a Scrum Master, I believe in resolving issues in an open and transparent manner. I would encourage team members to share their concerns, actively listen to other points of view, and create a healthy debate in order to find a mutually beneficial solution. I would also encourage the team to concentrate on the common goal and the Scrum values. Question: what strategies do you employ to ensure the Scrum team remains focused and productive? Let's look at the answer. To keep the team focused and productive, I would arrange and time-box Scrum events such as the daily stand-up, sprint planning, and sprint review. I would also assist the team in prioritizing their work, removing any obstacles, and fostering a collaborative and good work atmosphere. Tracking and visualizing progress on a regular basis with burn-down charts or Kanban boards can also aid in retaining focus and transparency. Question: how do you measure the success of a Scrum team? Let's look at the answer. A Scrum team's success can be measured using a variety of metrics, including sprint velocity, team happiness, and customer satisfaction. The team's velocity demonstrates their ability to constantly provide tasks. Team happiness is critical since it has a direct impact on motivation and productivity. Finally, customer satisfaction is an important metric since it shows the value supplied to end users and stakeholders. Question: how do you handle a product owner who frequently changes requirements during a sprint? Let's look at the answer. Collaboration and open communication with the product owner are essential. If requirements change during a sprint, I would arrange a discussion between the product owner and the development team to understand why the changes were made and to assess their influence on the sprint goal and timetable. We would then decide on the best course of action as a group, which could include adjusting the sprint backlog or planning for the changes in later sprints. Question: how do you deal with stakeholders who demand immediate changes to the project scope? Let's look at the answer. When faced with stakeholder requests for quick adjustments, I would first try to understand their concerns and the reasons behind the request. I'd then collaborate with the product owner and stakeholders to analyze the impact of the changes on the project, taking into account aspects like existing resources, timing, and priority. I would create a shared knowledge of the impact and negotiate a solution that balances stakeholder needs with project restrictions by enabling transparent communication. Question: how do you handle a situation where the development team is consistently not meeting their commitments? Let's look at the answer. If the development team routinely fails to achieve their deadlines, I would look into the root problems first. It could be the result of circumstances such as ambiguous requirements, external dependencies, or overcommitment. I would address these concerns by fostering team conversations and cooperatively exploring potential solutions. It could entail cleaning up the backlog, increasing the team's capability, or giving additional training or assistance. Finally, I would promote a culture of continual improvement and assist the team in making realistic commitments. Question: what techniques do you use to foster self-organization within a Scrum team? Let's look at the answer. Scrum emphasizes self-organization. To develop it, I would encourage the team to take responsibility of their work, make decisions as a group, and adopt a trust and empowerment culture. I would organize regular retrospectives to highlight areas for development and push the team to try new techniques and processes. Coaching and mentoring team members can also aid in the development of their abilities and confidence. Question: how do you handle external interruptions or requests that disrupt the team's focus during a sprint? Let's look at the answer. As a Scrum Master, I would keep the development team focused and productive by shielding them from outside disturbances during a sprint. I would communicate and negotiate with stakeholders, managing their expectations and educating them on how disruptions affect the team's performance. If there are any urgent requests, I will engage with the team to assess the possible impact and, if required, negotiate changes to the sprint scope or time frame to accommodate them. Question: how do you ensure continuous improvement within a Scrum team? Let's look at the answer. Continuous improvement is a core idea of Scrum. I would facilitate regular retrospectives in which the team focuses on their process and recognizes strengths, flaws, and potential for development. We would develop actionable strategies to address those issues together. Furthermore, I would push the team to adopt Agile best practices, experiment with new tools and techniques, and attend relevant training or seminars. Sharing knowledge and experiences with other Scrum teams within the organization can also help to improve the organization's overall performance. Question: how do you handle a situation where the development team is resistant to adopting Agile practices? Let's look at the answer. When faced with resistance, I would first seek to understand the concerns and reasons behind their resistance. I would then engage in open dialogue, emphasizing the benefits of Agile practices such as increased collaboration, transparency, and adaptability. I would provide education and training to help team members understand the value of these practices and address any misconceptions. Additionally, I would lead by example, showcasing the positive outcomes of Agile adoption in other projects. Question: how do you ensure effective collaboration and communication between the Scrum team and stakeholders? Let's look at the answer. To ensure effective collaboration and communication, I would facilitate regular meetings and workshops involving the Scrum team and stakeholders. I would encourage the use of visual aids, such as product backlogs or release plans, to foster shared understanding. I would also promote active listening and provide a safe environment for all parties to express their ideas and concerns. Additionally, leveraging tools such as project management software or collaboration platforms can enhance transparency and facilitate real-time communication. Question: how do you handle a situation where the Scrum team is not adhering to Scrum principles and practices? Let's look at the answer. If the Scrum team is deviating from Scrum principles and practices, I would address the issue by conducting a retrospective to identify the root causes and concerns. I would then facilitate a discussion to collectively identify the gaps and their impact. From there, we can collaboratively define action items to realign the team with Scrum practices. This may involve additional training, coaching, or reinforcing the importance of adhering to the Scrum framework. Question: how do you manage the backlog to ensure it remains relevant and well-groomed? Let's look at the answer. Managing the backlog is crucial for the success of a Scrum team. I would regularly collaborate with the product owner to ensure the backlog is prioritized, refined, and properly groomed. This includes breaking down user stories into smaller, manageable tasks and ensuring they have clear acceptance criteria. I would involve the development team in backlog refinement sessions to obtain their input and estimations. By keeping the backlog up to date and well-groomed, we can enhance the team's productivity and ensure alignment with stakeholder needs. Question: how do you handle a situation where the product owner is not actively engaged with the Scrum team? Let's look at the answer. If the product owner is not actively engaged, I would first seek to understand the reasons behind their disengagement. I would then facilitate a conversation with the product owner and the team to discuss the impact of their absence on the project and identify potential solutions. This may involve setting clear expectations for their involvement, providing education on the role and responsibilities of the product owner, or addressing any obstacles preventing their engagement. Maintaining open communication channels with the product owner is crucial to ensure their continuous involvement. Question: how do you ensure that the Scrum team delivers value to the customer and meets their expectations? Let's look at the answer. To ensure the Scrum team delivers value and meets customer expectations, I would prioritize close collaboration with the product owner and stakeholders. I would facilitate regular feedback loops, such as sprint reviews and demos, to gather input and validate the delivered work. Additionally, I would emphasize the importance of having a shared understanding of customer needs, using techniques like user story mapping or personas. By involving the customer in the iterative development process, we can increase the likelihood of delivering valuable and satisfying outcomes. Question: how do you handle a situation where the Scrum team consistently fails to meet sprint goals? Let's look at the answer. If the team consistently fails to meet sprint goals, I would analyze the root causes and address them accordingly. This may involve conducting a retrospective to identify process bottlenecks, re-evaluating the team's capacity, or working with the product owner to refine and clarify requirements. I would encourage open and honest communication within the team, fostering a culture of transparency and accountability. By identifying and addressing the underlying issues, we can improve the team's performance and increase their chances of meeting sprint goals. Question: how do you manage dependencies between different Scrum teams working on the same product or project? Let's look at the answer. Managing dependencies between Scrum teams requires effective coordination and communication. I would encourage regular interactions between the Scrum Masters and product owners of the teams to identify and track dependencies. This could involve synchronizing sprint planning or retrospectives, establishing shared communication channels, and holding regular cross-team meetings. By promoting transparency and collaboration, we can address dependencies proactively, adjust plans as needed, and ensure a smooth workflow across teams. Question: how do you handle a situation where the Scrum team faces external pressures to deliver beyond their capacity? Let's look at the answer. When faced with external pressures to deliver beyond the team's capacity, I would engage in open and transparent communication with the stakeholders. I would explain the implications of overcommitting and work with them to set realistic expectations based on the team's capacity and velocity. I would also emphasize the importance of quality and sustainable development practices, highlighting the long-term benefits of maintaining a consistent pace. If necessary, I would negotiate scope adjustments or explore alternative solutions to balance stakeholder demands with the team's capabilities. Question: how do you support the professional growth and development of the Scrum team members? Let's look at the answer. Supporting the professional growth of team members is crucial for their motivation and overall success. I would encourage continuous learning by providing opportunities for training, attending conferences, or participating in workshops. I would also foster a culture of knowledge sharing within the team, where members can mentor and learn from one another. Additionally, I would facilitate regular performance feedback sessions and encourage team members to set personal goals aligned with their career aspirations. By investing in their development, we can cultivate a high-performing and engaged Scrum team. These are sample responses. It is critical that you personalize your responses depending on your particular experiences and talents. Best wishes for your interview. I hope you liked this video and gained knowledge. Please like, subscribe our channel and watch out for more videos like this to gain knowledge. Thank you.